Welcome back, folks, to the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast. On today's show, we have, wait for it, come on, man, Randy Reid again. We love Randy. You know why? Because Randy is, Greg, what is it? It's like he's a soulmate of ours.
Yeah, we belong together.
Yeah. We just, whenever we get together with Randy, it's just like, just push record. He came in and he's like, I don't know if we're going to record this. And the next thing, let's just record it. We started recording, and it's just always fun with Randy. He's just so knowledgeable in the business. He's got such deep connections. He knows what's going on. He's running that Edison report, man. It's just such an honor every time we're with him. And we always trap him and push record somehow. So we got him on the show. He's talking about the National Lighting Bureau, Greg, and that's an interesting place. So he's the executive director of them now?
Yeah, he's in charge of the National Lighting Bureau, an organization who's been around for a long time. I don't know the exact year, but he's a great person to be in charge of it. He's connected in the industry, knows a lot of the right people, and knows what needs to be done. He's got some awesome ideas in mind, and that's what we talked to him about today on the show.
Yeah, he's the right guy for that job in this time right now in this place. Perfect. Way to go, Randy. And this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aeon Lighting. Greg, give me their website real quick.
It's AEONLEDLIGHTING.com. So AeonLEDlighting.com.
Wow. And what are we talking about with them today?
So we've talked about their product, their sports lighting fixture, the Aeon LED light. But one thing that we haven't really delved into is their wireless lighting system that actually allows you to control the lights wirelessly. And what a great application for this atmosphere when you're in a sports light situation and you want to turn the lights on, or you want to have some entertainment mode. You can do all of that wirelessly with what they offer in their Highlink, H-Y-L-I-N-K, Highlink wireless lighting control solution. And that is made specifically for their fixtures, which, in my opinion, is the best sports light fixture on the market.
You know what? I mean, it's such a brilliant play. It's just a great place. If you're out there, you're a lighting distributor, a great place to start your controlled lighting is in an application like that where the benefits are just so obvious to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So go to AeonLEDlighting.com, baby. That's AEONLED lighting. I hope you can spell it, .com. And of course, Greg, we got the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors. NAILD.org. Oh, there's some big news. Hopefully coming down the pipeline from NAILD, folks. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but there's some big news coming down the road from NAILD. So thank you for listening and enjoy this, our conversation with Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report and newly anointed executive director of the NLB. Welcome to our number one friend of the show, Randy Reid.
I'm honored. I'm honored that I'm your number one friend, but you must say that to all the guys.
I say it to all the guys.
Oh, this is like number 4 now? Maybe with you, Randy?
Or no, we did 2. Li-Fi was 2 the last time. And then there was Germany, and then there was
this
number
might be 5.
This is going to be, no, this will be 6.
Well,
no,
whatever
5,
it is.
5, whatever it is.
You don't have to say hi to me on this one because you've done it enough.
It's great to see you, Greg. I'm honored to be here.
You too. Well, we just listened to your presentation here, or at least I did, at the NAILD convention. And the one thing that really stuck out to me, which I think is awesome and is news to me, is the National Lighting Bureau and what you guys are attempting to do with the warranty. Can you explain that?
Sure. So I just became the executive director of the National Lighting Bureau last week. So I'm brand new to it. John Bachner did a tremendous job as a director for 43 years.
Yeah.
43 years.
I went to the website the other
43
day.
years.
Yeah,
So he was right there from the beginning, did a tremendous job. I'm coming in and I want to kind of build on what he has done. And one of the things that we're looking at, and again, we just had our board meeting last week, is something we want to call a trusted warranty. Now, what is that? If you think about it, many companies are having issues with bad actors. Mm-hmm. The bad actors that cheat on their DLC performance with their golden sample, they may cheat on UL, and they may not be around to pay a warranty. Mm-hmm. So we think one way we can combat this is to come up with a peer-reviewed, industry-wide practice, if you will, for warranty. So maybe the NLB will be the one to do this. We'll come up with it. We'll send it out to the industry to review it, and we'll look at certain criteria, certain industry norms. And then we will kind of give a stamp of approval or a seal of approval for those companies. The beauty of it is, instead of being by product, we're not going to certify a product. We're just going to certify a company. And we're agnostic. We don't care if they build it themselves in the U.S., if they build it in Mexico, if they bring it into China. We could care less on that. All we're going to look at is that company. Will they stand behind their warranty?
Isn't this exactly what we talked about the DLC should do? If you want to be a DLC qualified product, make the company DLC qualified, was my opinion on it. And this, in a way, could do that.
You know what? I don't want to talk about the DLC anymore.
Okay, well,
we don't have accreditation agencies.
There you go.
Okay. So
they get a lot of free pub.
Okay. Well, we're not going to be an accreditation. All we're going to do is to work on criteria.
Well, I think that's a great idea, by the way. I want to say right off the bat.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea. I think you're going to need a lot of buy-in from... I can think of about 20 companies that I'd like to see that I know would buy into this if it was legit. And then it's like Jaga can't get off the ground for the same problems that this might not get off the ground. You understand what I mean? You need to get right from the beginning. You need to have a bunch of players buy in. I think the NLB is the right play because it puts you sort of in a position of, not favoring anybody.
Sure.
It's like this is a not-for-profit agency that seeks out good outcomes in lighting for whatever your goal is. I think it's great. I just hope you can get some buy-in right off.
Well, I've had conversations, and a few other NLB board members have had conversations quietly throughout the industry, and guys, we're hearing a lot of support for it.
I can imagine.
And different people want to have different criteria, so we encourage them. Come join us. Come join the NLB. Get your voice heard. Help us to develop this list of criteria. One criteria may be you have to be a profitable company. So we're going to go in and we're going to do a deep dive. We're going to send someone in to do an audit, to spend half a day at the manufacturers to look at their warranty program. Now, some companies say, we don't want to share our profit and loss. Okay, fine. Your accountant will just have to sign off maybe that you've been profitable 3 of the last 3 years, 2 of the last 2 years. Okay? Now, because if a company's not profitable, can they really stand behind a warranty?
Sure.
Right? We've had so many companies to close. Just close, not sell, just close. And the people that bought their products are left with no warranty. So that will be one of the criteria. We hope. But again, it's kind of up to the industry, and we're going to allow the industry to give us the feedback. What are some of the criteria that we need to put in this policy?
Yeah, I think it would be, do they have a physical location here? Do they have employees here, be in the U.S. or Canada or wherever we are? But that's something that's important too, and you touched on is that if you're importing everything in from China, good luck with your warranty.
Well, if you're a U.S. company and you're importing everything in from China, that's your business.
True.
But you have to be able to stand behind it, and you have to show us that you have stood behind it, because every company has warranty issues. They do.
Yeah.
Every company will have some failures. So what we want to do is do a deep dive.
Yeah.
When did you receive it? How do you? Let us look at that email. Now, when did you respond to that email? What did you do? Did you wait?
Did you put up attrition in front of the people?
Yeah.
Did you put a nutrition strategy in place? Like, I'll give you an example. So, you ever buy an extended warranty? So my wife gets duped into extended warranties almost all the time. And I keep going back to her and saying, come on, babe.
Right.
Like, don't be buying this, because then I have, when the thing breaks, I got to pull out the paperwork and now enforce it. So this is about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, okay? My wife bought the extended warranty on the fridge, okay? And part of that included the food in the fridge.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So we had about $300 worth of food in the fridge, right? So, but you know what you had to do? You had to fill out every piece of food you had, what you paid for it, and fax it to them.
Fax it.
Right. Did they make you have a receipt for all of the food?
No, you didn't have a receipt, but you had to itemize everything and what it cost and the price on it. So,
Yeah.
But you had to fax it to them. But they emailed you.
Lobster tail. $300.
Yeah. So no, it's to a max or whatever. But like, people put attrition strategies in place. And it's like,
Okay. So some people have prorated warranties, and I'm emphasizing the word prorated. So they'll give a 10-year warranty, but if it fails on year 5, they will give you half a fixture. It's kind of what the tires do.
Yeah.
Okay. Most companies don't. If it fails within 9 years and 11 months and 20 days, you get a new fixture. So if companies want to prorate it, that's fine. Let's make sure it's spelled out, and your customers know that.
And you're not going to get into the timing. You're not going to say we're going to make it mandatory 5 years or less.
People
can
again,
do whatever they want.
We're agnostic. It can be 30 days. It can be 10 years. But let's say it's 10 years. Have you been in business 10 years?
I have, yes.
Okay. But if a manufacturer has been in business 2 years and they're giving a 10-year warranty, we might call that out. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at maybe we're going to have a point system. And part of it is you have to be in business longer than your warranty. You say you've been in business 8 years. Okay, let's see something from 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's see your articles of incorporation. So we're going to send a person to do a deep dive. But if you look at some of these accreditation, they want to charge per fixture. Mm-hmm. And they make a lot of money. We're going to charge per company. And it's going to be a nominal fee. Okay, so it'll be very inexpensive to do this.
You're going to make a qualified manufacturers list, and then you're going to make DLC.
We're not. We have nothing to do with DLC.
I'm just saying that's where it needs to go.
Come on, Randy, throw the goal.
But we want to have a seal of. I would say that DLC is a seal of approval to some extent. Sure. Mm-hmm. We want to have a seal of approval, but not per product, per company, where everybody can afford it. And we're going to work close with the companies to try to develop the criteria. Yep. NLB means business. Okay, we're here for the business side. Our friends at IES, they do a great job. They're looking at recommended practices, right? Mm-hmm. They're looking at foot candles. They're looking at design guides. We don't do that. They're not really trying to solve business problems. That's not their mission. Mm-hmm. DLC, they're working with the utilities for qualified products. They're not trying to solve the problems of the industry. If you look at NAILD, a great organization working with the innovative lighting distributors. What we want to do is solve the problems. So if you're an electrical distributor, you have a problem, come to us. We're going to try to figure it out. If you're a manufacturer and you have people that are cheating on their warranties or not following warranty, come to us. We'll find a solution. If you're a lighting designer and you have an issue, come to us. We're here for the business of the lighting industry.
There you heard it.
That's well said. Wow.
You had talked about a whole variety of other things. We're not going to dive into Li-Fi because we're saving that one for our trade show out in
Paris Global Li-Fi Congress. I'll be speaking. Look forward to seeing you guys there.
We'll be listening. Anything else from your talk today that is important to update us on?
The industry is still continuing to transform. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bad news out there. There is some good news out there. Acuity reported a pretty good quarter, and so that's good. The industry's happy to see that. But there are more layoffs. There are companies that are warning on second quarter. So it's a lot of dichotomy, a lot of good and bad. At LightFair, we're going to introduce something called the Edison Report Index, where we're sharing our numbers. Our theory is, and our advertising numbers, if a company is advertising for career ads on the Edison Report, they're hiring. They're feeling good about the economy. Right? That's a metric because we have so much history. We don't really change year over year. Our prices don't really change. So right now, this first quarter, we saw a huge bump as compared to first quarter last year in hiring. Press releases. If a company is writing a press release about a product, well, number one, they're launching new products. That's good. And if they're advertising that they're launching new products, that's good too. That's another good metric. And we are seeing people advertising more and spending more money. So we think that's a good metric for the industry. So we're going to share our numbers.
Very good.
What did you think of Adam Lillian's presentation?
Oh, it was incredible. So this is where UL is coming up with a recommended practice. Yeah. And he started the conversation, I'll just kind of paraphrase, he did some things for cancer research many, many years ago.
Yeah, he laid out his resume to basically say, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but it's important for the audience to hear this. So they came up with some technology, and then he's in a cancer ward. He said, now how many of these people will this technology help? None. Well, people that are in this ward in 5 years, will that help them? No. It's going to be like 30 years out before it really starts to help people. Sure. And he said, that's crazy. So with UL, he said, we could wait around for a recommended practice from other organizations, and there's no consensus. And who knows when it will happen. Or we can start, and we have a baseline. This is a baseline recommended practice that UL has done, and it's kind of a starting point. And I'm happy to see it. Now we can get started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting that he said, here's what it is. It's 250 to 300 lux. Hitting the
for circadian stimulus.
Yeah. First time we've heard an actual measure,
right.
Exactly.
Something you can define.
It's like, do this, and I don't care where you do it, but do this, and you're going to have an impact. And I'm like, well, give me some numbers. And he's like, there's no numbers. We just know that that's what you got to do. And you guys take it from there. Right? It's an interesting position for you all to take.
Right. Now,
and it's aggressive towards other parts of the industry.
It is, but here's the beauty of what they did. So you have the WellBeing Standard, the Well people. They came up with their own metrics to measure. LRC, independently, they came up with different metrics to measure circadian stimulus, but they're about 80% the same. So rather than fight to fight, it's just like, hey guys, let's just start. Sure. Let's just start doing this. And I think that's the brilliance of what they did.
So when you're talking about like legitimately making people healthier, like that's incredible, Randy.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And the science is there, and it will continue to evolve, and we'll learn more and more and more, but let's start.
A lot of it's self-evident, though, when it comes out. It's like, okay, I go for a walk outside every day. Oh, that makes you healthier. But the idea that we can then mimic that indoors without causing any harm,
right,
is
I'll give
incredibly powerful.
An example I saw, LaGuardia has a new concourse. So it's where all the Southwest flights are, and I'm a Southwest guy. So I went in that concourse. It was a dreary, cloudy, drizzly, rainy, miserable day outside. Okay. I'm going to guess they have maybe 3,500 Kelvin in there. It is extremely well lit. And I'm telling you, my mood just jumped up. In this case, I'd much rather be inside than outside because the lighting was so good. My colors looked good. I looked good. I felt good. It was the right amount of light. It was a very well-designed job. And I just realized every building should be like this.
You know, it's funny because good interior design makes you feel good.
It does.
Okay? Lighting is at the heart of good interior design. Yeah. Like it is the heart of it, right?
But unfortunately, it's not being designed good enough. No, a lot of times.
Yeah,
and that's what we're running into.
Well, it's how do you describe that feeling of elation when you walk into St. Peter's Basilica in Rome with the beautiful natural light and how they knew this then too, right? And casinos have known this for ages too. But slot machines are circadian rhythm disruptors. It's exactly what they are. So shine a white light in a honky's eyes and he'll give you his paycheck.
Yeah.
They've known it for 40 years or 50 years, Randy. But they've just been reversing it.
Right.
They've been doing the opposite.
Right.
They know. Oh yeah, we know that. For a long time.
When Lifer was in Las Vegas, and it's going to be back there next year. But it would break my heart, because we're all working hard. So I'm up at 6 a.m. Headed to do our breakfast or something, and you see these poor people that have been playing the slots all night long. Sure. And at 6 a.m. they are like zombies. Yeah. They are just like zombies. So, all right, what else, guys?
Ooh. I think that was a quick recap that we needed from this, at least, and.
All right.
We'll get you on for another
Listen, we're going to interview you guys. Okay? Pompeo and I, we want to interview you.
Coming for us?
Yeah, we're coming for you. So that's it.
AeonLEDlighting.com. That's AEONLED lighting. You know how to spell lighting. AeonLEDlighting.com, baby. Greg, those sports light fixtures with the wireless controls, man, what a no-brainer for our distributor and contractor friends out there listening to this.
For sure. It's a market that I personally haven't spent much time in, but definitely should. If you think about it and you drive around a lot of the different sports fields and sports stadiums, they still are lit by HID. A lot of them in my market, at least. I know some of the professional stadiums and things are going LED, but a lot of there's how many high schools are there, how many colleges, how many universities, things that have sports fields, parks, municipalities, they're all over the place. And now you can convert those fixtures to LED, get better lighting, energy savings, all the stuff we know LED brings to you, and in addition, control. It's way more controllable than HID fixtures are now. There's no warm-up time with an LED. And with their high link wireless lighting system, you can actually control the fixtures that they have wirelessly. You don't need to be at a panel. You can do it from a phone. How cool is that?
That's super cool, man. So you go to AeonLighting.com. AeonLED lighting.com. You know what's funny, Greg? I'm going to throw out a lighting dork term that the newbies in the business might not know. It has to deionize and reionize. You know that one?
What does?
The HIDs. Isn't that what it's called?
Oh. Yeah,
Like when it can't start right away, it has to deionize and reionize. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. Maybe
that's what it's called.
Maybe that's just jargon from the circadian Canadian. But I thought it was deionize and reionize, and that's why they can't start.
I thought it was just turn off and then. I thought it was turn off and then turn on and warm up.
I think the restrike is like a deionization.
Restrike.
Right.
There you go. That's the proper way. Yeah, I don't get.
If you go with this, what's the system called again? The Aeon
High Link.
The High Link. If you go with the High Link, you never have to know what those words mean.
True.
And we thank the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors. Go to naild.org. That's nailed.org. And of course, Randy Reid, buddy. Oh, we're going to see you in France, man. iFi World Congress coming out hot. We're going to be going over there. We're going to be pinning people down. You know, they're still working on getting us those press credentials, Greg.
That's a week or two away. We better get them in. Otherwise, we just have to barge in.
We might just have to kick the door down. We've been known.
We've done that
especially
before.
In Europe. We're coming for you, Europe. Yeah, We're coming for you. Sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble. Très bien ensemble.
I don't know what that means. It sounds like a Beatles song.
It's a Beatles song, man. What is it? Sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble. I should know what that means. But
Michel Maybell, right?
Yeah.
Michel.
These are these words that go together well.
That's right. These are the words that go together well. Yeah, that's right. You know what? The Beatles are the greatest band in the history. No one ever even comes close to them. A distant second, Greg, is the Rolling Stones.
I would agree.
A distant second.
Can't fight that.
Like my kids are getting into the Beatles right now, and they have their like whatever the music is. I still use CDs.
Yeah. iTunes and all that stuff. Yeah. I know what you mean.
And they're like, Dad, how come there's so many good Beatles songs? I'm like, it's probably endless, actually.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Like, it really is. Like, the Beatles are just unbelievable, man. So, God rest your soul, John Lennon and George Harrison. We love you. Greg, listeners, we're real grateful for you guys and for John Lennon, of course, who is the spiritual guide of the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast.
Love it.
Written on the rectory wall, there's a sign there for all. You are lost, Lord is there to find you.